Coming up, the team travels to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania to investigate the Farnsworth House Inn. This location is centralized in an area of the greatest battle ever to have taken place on American soil, and has been reported in paranormal activity that has been documented from as far back as the 70s.
You know, it haunted me. I kept thinking about it.
Will the group capture evidence of restless Civil War soldiers?
Some shots to the chest. Get the off me, he's demented.
Oh my goodness.
Did you see it?
Find out tonight on this episode of the Black Raven Chronicles. Lena?
Oh, here?
How old are you, Lena?
What was that?
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Huh? What the?
And I think that's what was returned.
I just saw something go across the screen. Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. A city with a war-torn history, entrenched with massive casualty and trauma. Our investigation tonight takes us to the Farnsworth House Inn, built in 1810. In July of 1863, Gettysburg was engulfed in a horrific battle during the American Civil War. Approximately 165,000 men from both the North and the South clashed head-on for 3 straight days, leaving in its wake 51,000 dead, wounded, missing, and prisoners of war. On July 1st, the first day of the battle, the two armies collided. The Confederates, led by General Robert E. Lee, had one objective, which was to engage the Union Army and destroy it. There were Union troops posted to the north of town, but by the afternoon of the first day, the Union troops were outnumbered and fled through town in the direction of Cemetery Hill. Given the location of the Farnsworth on their route to the hills, it is believed that about 10,000 men raced past the house that day. On the second day of the battle, fierce fighting raged on at Little Round Top, the wheat field, Devil's Den, and the Peach Orchard, as well as full-scale assaults on Culp's and Cemetery Hills.
I'm right here with Devil's Den right behind me, and this is an area that was actually taken on the second day of the battle. It was entrenched with Confederate snipers that fired upon Little Round Top right up here to my left. One of the keys here with Devil's Den and Little Round Top is General Lee wanted Little Round Top taken at all cost. But when he issued the order, he said take Little Round Top if practical. And his generals took him at that, if practical. Thus, they didn't take it early in the battle. It gave it enough time for the Union to fortify the position heavily, and it was never taken. And it was a key to the battle, to the entire outcome.
On the third day of the battle, heavy fighting and numerous deaths continued, the most dramatic of which occurred at Picketts Charge, where 12,000 plus Confederates rushed the center of the Union Army, and at least 50% of them were mowed down, a mistake the Confederates would not fully recover from.
So we're here at Picketts Charge. where on the third day of the battle, General Lee, the monument right here behind me, sent out 15,000 Confederate troops to march across this field to take the Union position about a mile away. Now, of 15,000 troops that went across this field, it was a horrific ending for many of them. Losses were staggering. Of that 15,000, 6,000 returned.
Throughout the length of the battle, Confederate sharpshooters from Louisiana, Georgia, and Alabama occupied the buildings in the immediate area of and including the Farnsworth House. In fact, on the third day of the battle, sniper fire shot and killed the only civilian reported to have died during the battle, Jenny Wade. It is believed that a sniper posted in the attic of the Farnsworth House was responsible for that shot.
Now, the Farnsworth House is named after General Elon Farnsworth, and its area right behind me is where he fell mortally wounded on the third day of the battle, leading a cavalry charge against foot soldiers.
The Farnsworth House was situated in such a high area of gunfire that it has 135 bullet holes on the south wall of returned fire from Union troops posted up on Cemetery Hill, still visible today. On November 19, 1863, 4.5 months after the Union Army seized Gettysburg and the battle had ended, a soldiers' national cemetery was dedicated to memorialize those who perished during the battle. At that dedication, President Abraham Lincoln gave perhaps his most memorable speech, the Gettysburg Address.
87 years ago, our fathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation, or any nation so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that this nation might live.
The amount of paranormal activity that has been documented throughout the town of Gettysburg is overwhelming. Many believe it to be one of the most haunted towns in America. High levels of death and trauma may have provided an opportunity for that energy to become imprinted on the grounds. Over the past several years, myself and the rest of the team from Black Raven Paranormal have captured numerous examples of paranormal activity throughout Gettysburg that help verify these claims.
Devil's Den is one of the more paranormally active locations here on the battlefield. There have been numerous experiences, things from full-bodied apparitions that have been sighted, disembodied voices that have been heard, and EVPs that have been captured. Just 4 years ago, we captured a great EVP just up on a hill here.
You will hear a faint whisper of what we believe to be a southern voice saying, "Come on over here." Confederate troops did occupy Devil's Den for a majority of the battle. This photograph, captured at Picketts Charge in 2006, shows some type of trail, perhaps orbs showing rapid movement at various angles. During the battle, the field at Picketts Charge was littered with thousands of dead and wounded. The Farnsworth House Inn is said to be one of the more paranormally active locations in Gettysburg. It currently operates as a bed and breakfast. There have been numerous reports of guest experiences that include everything from sounds and heavy breathing to the sensation of being tucked into bed. We had the opportunity to speak with Lisa Rose, a guest at the Farnsworth, who had her own paranormal experience during her stay.
I stayed with my boyfriend at Farnsworth House for 2 nights in the year 2003. I was somewhat skeptical of the whole ghost thing, just there for a good time. The first night we went to bed. It was kind of late, but I felt something touch me right here. I ignored it. Then it touched me here. I ignored it, and then it touched me right on the elbow. Just 3 little pokes. On the third touch, I turned around, and right here, I was lying on the right side of the bed. Right here was a full body head to toe woman, colorless, but solid. I could not see through her, but she was colorless. We locked eyes. She was dressed in Victorian clothing. I could see the details of her little dress, the little folds. Her hands were just in front of her hanging. But what struck me was she was extremely, she looked very sad and somber to me. And we locked eyes. And I remember a very quick thought. I thought, oh, that's not too scary. And then I screamed. You know, it haunted me. I kept thinking about it. And initially I thought it was a dream, but the more I thought about it, something happened. Someone came to visit.
For us to get a better sense of the paranormal energy currently present at the Farnsworth House Inn, we had Dawn Rogers, a psychic medium and co-director of Black Raven Paranormal, perform a walkthrough of the location. This is Jeremy's room.
All right, so it seems like there's two different times kind of overlapping here. Mm-hmm. So I do pick up a small child, but he doesn't, but there's also a couple of men, older men, and I don't feel like they're together, like as far as timing. Mm-hmm. So when they come through, they don't come through together either.
Okay.
But the small child definitely is curious. I think he's more engaged with the people in this room because of the curiosity factor. Mm-hmm. But the gentlemen are more trauma oriented. Mm-hmm. I get 3 different males, and one of them feels like he took some shots to the chest and maybe even the upper stomach. Mm-hmm. And he is he's residual, but I can actually see he's very stuck in that in trauma. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like he's actually crawling that direction. Okay. On all fours, crawling. After being shot. Mm-hmm. Multiple times. Then there's another gentleman that I don't think is quite in this room. Mm-hmm. The distance for me, like, he kind of feels like he's right outside of this wall, mm-hmm. walking down the hallway. Mm-hmm. He kind of feels like he's sticking out around the door, mm-hmm. and then going back. Okay. Kind of like bobbing in and out, mm-hmm. And walking that way. But I'm not sure.
Intelligent or residual?
This one right here is repeating what he was doing. Mm-hmm. He's showing me what he was doing. Mm-hmm. But I think he's an intelligent spirit. He knows that he's showing me that. Uh-huh. This one in here that's crawling does not. He's stuck in that trauma, just overwhelmed by that fear, that pain, and it's rough. Okay. The other gentleman seems like he's very actually aware, and he just pulled back. So I'm not sure what he was doing up here, but okay. He seems more actually aware than the rest of them. She's interesting. There is a female in here, but she is absolutely conscious and I'm very interested in the fact that she seems concerned for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
But in the female kind of way. Most of what I'm getting is the emotional state, the vibrational level. Uh-huh. Is very it's calm, uh-huh. like it's calm but it's concerned, uh-huh. and nurturing, uh-huh. like the mom type vibe. Uh-huh. It's really weird because she's completely aware of my own issues, with my ovaries. She's pegged that immediately, which is pretty interesting because I've never had that happen in reverse. It's usually me who catches it, not the other way around. So there's an older gentleman, like right there in the corner of the room.
Okay. Is he
What is his name?
happy or sad?
No. Sad's not quite right either. Like frantic. Like frantic.
Okay.
That's the impression I get. Like he's frantic, and like in the corner over there, like not even solid. Like he's fluttering. So he's so frantic that his vibration won't even sit.
Okay.
Focused.
Is he aware we're here?
Yeah, actually, he's more aware of Mike than the two of us because that's where he's at. Like he's like trying to get his attention.
You think he'd be able to communicate?
I don't know because it feels very like he seems like he's so far for like. If somebody's freaking out on you and you're trying to talk to them and ask them questions, you can't get them to stop freaking out on you.
Okay.
They're just kind of freaking out on you. So maybe you could get him to explain why he's freaking out, but you're not going to get his vibration to change much.
Okay.
And then there is the child. There is the same child from the opposite side.
Okay.
That I do pick up in here. And while I pick him up in here, I still pick him up. I feel like he's further away.
Okay.
I feel like mostly like before you even get into the room, that's where he's the strongest. And into the door.
Okay. In here.
Into there, yeah.
Okay. After providing insight into the potential energies present within the living quarters of the house, Dawn and Michael decide to take some baseline readings in two of the most active locations, the Sarah Black room and the Catherine Sweeney room.
Sorry. Alright, see it backing off?
Now go towards where I said I think I get him the most.
Let's see, I got that charge. Let me see. Still steady 0.1. And I get that. I'm gonna sweep up and down real quick. 0.1. 79.6 degrees, it's still a 0.1. Now see it drop.
No, it's just that corridor, huh?
It's not nothing. See, it's 0.1. 0.2.
0.2. Are you here with us, Jeremy?
Can you make it go to a 0. Can you make it go up just a little bit more? Come closer to this little box in my hand. There you go. A little bit closer. There you go. A little bit closer. This little thing I'm holding in my hand, if you get closer to it, the numbers go up. Can you come closer to me? It's not going to hurt you. It's a toy.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Ooh. I got goosebumps.
I do too.
I did too.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm telling you right now, the energy spiked up.
Can you make it go a little higher, Jeremy? There you go. If that's you, Jeremy, I appreciate it.
I don't feel the charge anymore. Did it go flat? Yeah, I kind of feel like he went this way and then... So he just disappeared on us.
It's at 0.0, 80 degrees now. He's playing with his dog.
Yeah.
He's rushing in, rushing out.
Yep. Yep. Like that's what I feel like. Like he's running.
Just like a kid would do. It's charged in here.
But that's the
0.7.
I don't think that's him. That's the woman. Pretty sure that's the
0.8, Dawn.
Yeah.
I'm getting Dawn. Look at this. 1.5.
Yeah.
2.0.
Right there.
2.4.
Right there in that
Three
spot.
3.0.
It's so strong it makes my head fuzzy.
Yeah. 3.2.
She's really strong.
Wow.
Now I don't know. I got goosebumps again.
Yeah, look.
I don't know which one it is.
3.3.
I think that's Nan.
Can you make the temperature drop for us on this thing? Please let us know you're here. That's wow. That's 2.6, 2.8, 2.9,
Is your name Nan?
3.0, 2.7. Okay, the closer I get farther away from the bed. All right, let me see.
She's centralized. Like if I had to show you how she's standing where you're standing.
Yeah, this is where Lisa's seen her.
That's where she's standing.
Am I right? 3.4. Make sure that didn't set it off.
The Farnsworth House Inn, along with being a bed and breakfast, also offers tours through the home. After getting baseline readings from the rooms, Dawn and Michael go down into the basement to investigate reports of a shadow that was seen by the last tour group of the night, just moments before.
I felt like I just got rushed from behind.
Male, female.
Male. Real strong. Straight to my back.
You got any names?
No, not it doesn't have an individualized personality.
Soldier, maybe?
No, not a person.
Negative?
Yeah, the
And
way he
not
came at
human?
me. Yeah.
So inhuman.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's not like a thought form, maybe. All right, let me.
Did it hit you in the middle of the chest?
No, right in my back. Turn around. Right here. Where
Oh,
I mean,
good.
like wham, like.
So
like,
could it have hit me right here then?
Yeah, it's when I turn my back to that mirror.
What do you think that the purpose of it being here is?
What's it here for?
Yeah, I mean,
I
are
don't
you
know.
getting anything from that?
I don't know what he's here for, other than why he's trying to bum rush me.
Well, he probably knows.
It's a space.
Knows you.
It's a space issue. This is his space.
Do you think it's the same one that messed with that little girl earlier? The girl on the tour?
I feel like there could be more than one. There's another man, an older man, but he doesn't seem right. Like, how do I explain him? He's kind of get the off of me. He's demented. He's gosh. He's saying something, like just kind of talking to himself, like he's scolding himself,
Yeah.
but he's not scolding himself. He's scolding somebody else that doesn't exist. Does that make sense?
He was the person that people stayed away from all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if you saw him,
Yeah.
you'd be like, you keep going.
Yeah.
I don't think he's residual. I think he's an actual, and I can't say intelligent spirit because I don't feel like, I think he's kind of batty. He's crazed.
Just in between.
Right. But he's not just like an imprint, like he's here, like to consciously engage. He's just off in his own tangent.
Are you getting a name from him?
No.
Do you see something back there?
Yeah, yeah.
I believe I've seen it too.
But the other thing doesn't want to sit still so that I can peg him. So he keeps going in and out. He goes over there, he goes over here, and then it seems like he's going over here.
So what's the deal with the mirror?
I don't know, but I think they use that mirror as an access point
I was gonna ask you.
to get in and out.
What's your thought on
because
mirrors?
I don't think it's I don't think it has anything to do with this house.
I would say, can that mirror be used as a, so to say, portal?
Yeah, technically.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, portals are hard. Portals are hard because they denote the concept of space.
Mm-hmm.
You would need something to jump in and jump out of.
Yeah.
But that's not really how it works. They can jump in and jump out regardless. Damn it. But I think it's more like in the movie the Harry Potter when he's got that invisible cape,
Mm-hmm.
and he could put it on and he could disappear. I think that's more of the act. I think that's more of what he's doing. Like beyond the mirror, he can be invisible.
Oh my goodness!
Did you see it?